Hello, today I'm playing some Dungeon of the Endless. This game is a sort of dungeon crawl that's a roguelite and also a tower defense. It's a bit of a weird mix-up of genres, but it's a good time. Alright, so here we are. We're choosing our escape pod attendees. So I'm going to attempt to make this video part tutorial. I'm not really good at tutorials, but I'm going to try my best to kind of explain what I'm doing in case you're coming in new to this. But I'm also not going to, I'm also going to try to keep moving on and things like that to actually show off the gameplay instead of talking about it the whole time. So the most important thing to do is to make sure you set your difficulty to 2 easy if you're new to this game. Failing to do so is going to be horrible for you, because this game's difficulty is basically hard and very hard. So I can guarantee you if you play easy, you're gonna have a hard time. So now you get to choose your escape pod attendees. I'm just gonna go basic. I'm gonna choose Gork and Sarah. Now you'll see up here they have different stats. These ones down here in white are just your general profile stats. That's how many times I've escaped with him, how many times I've failed with him, or died with him, and number of times I won with him. Oh wait, this is the number of times I've selected him. So Gork's pretty popular for me. And then we have Sarah. Sarah is, she's a little bit frail on health. She's very fast. She does a good amount of damage. So she's gonna be, I think, she's gonna be just my speed demon, essentially. Alright, here we are in the actual game. So, basically the kind of setup of this game is we've crashed here, and we have this special magical crystal thing. And we need this thing to survive. This thing is basically our power source. We've landed in a dungeon that's full of horrific monsters, and the only way to keep them at bay is to have the power on or defense, things that give us defense and all that. And as a result, if that crystal dies, so do we. So I'm gonna move on to this first room here. So one important thing I should mention is that each character is controlled separately. So you can click on the character themselves and you can kind of like order them around with right click. You can also use the number keys. So you can press, 1 for Gork, 2 for Sarah, depending what slot they're in. You can also press the tilde key, which is the sort of squiggle one next to the one to select everyone. So as the game goes on, you get more party members. You can start if you remember what slot they're in. Sometimes it's easier to do that. In case you're way over here with your view and you want to move someone there. You can also click on their portrait up here. So each character has their own little ability. You'll see. In order to see it, you have to have them selected individually. So Gork gets one where he gets a lot faster and he attacks harder. Sarah gets one where she just goes full, breaks the sound barrier. So as we go through this game, you'll see that this room is rather dark. So we should turn on the lights. Up here at the top is our dust. Dust is a sort of, it's part money and part magic, basically, in the Endless universe. So in this case, every one of these little squares is a room, essentially, that we can turn on. So you can turn on with middle click, and then we have a nice, beautiful, turned-on room. Adding to that, another important thing is your buildings. So see down here, we have some creation-type buildings. These are basically the ones that are just going to give you straight-up resources. And then down here, we have our defensive modules. So this category is just for ones that hurt things. So we got a prisoner prod that shoots at things. It starts off pretty simple. So I'm gonna start with industry creator, which is gonna increase the amount of industry I get per turn, which is used to build more modules. The other resources are science, which you use to unlock new technologies and things like that. There's a certain thing you'll find in each level that you can basically throw your science into, and it'll give you new modules or whatever. And then you got your food, which you use to heal and level up your heroes. So that's also very important. So I guess we'll move on to the next room. Now, I should mention that this game is turn-based. Every time you open the door, things happen. So if you're racing around and opening doors up, you're gonna just create an avalanche of trouble for yourself. So this room is empty, but it has a special anomaly in it. That means it's already powered by a mysterious force. It's basically, it's a freebie. So in here, I think I'm gonna put a food replicator, which will help me level up my heroes. So if you right-click on your hero, you'll see kind of their, you see like some backstory with them. You'll see their stats, their powers, etc. Their passive skills is important too. So Gork gets like a buff when he's with some friends. You'll see here that there's some of the characters will have things in here, like Gork is involved in the story Clash of Heroes with Sarah, which is actually why I chose Sarah, because pretty much between levels, you're going to see kind of that story unfold a little bit. So it's a nice little treat. You don't have to do it, but here we have our first enemies. Not much to say there. All right, so we're still a little low on industry now. We can't really afford to build anything else. The good news is this entire wing is all set now. So I'm just gonna build like 2 prisoner prods here just to help out, just in case. Excellent timing. This crystal right here is what we use to research. So if you right click on it with a hero, you'll see here all the stuff you can research. I would like this extra one. Also, upgrading the prisoner prod is a pretty good investment. I think I'll start with that. Just early on, you're going to be using a lot of the prisoner prod, and it's nice to have it just work really well. So that's going to take, I believe it's three door openings / turns to research everything. So we'll just kind of let that mature. So we found a merchant, and he deals in science. He uses science as a currency. And he doesn't sell anything that we can really use. Pretty much the only thing we could use is this prison soap, which just gives you defense and HP, which is fine, but I don't know if I'm willing to spend science on it. So we'll probably pass on that. Let's upgrade our heroes, shall we? So we have 50 now, so I can upgrade them both. So if I level up Gork, you can see down here kind of the differences in stats. He's going to get a bunch of extra HP and a bunch of extra defense. His DPS is going to go up. Give him a nice little upgrade there. You'll see here that the health is also very different between these two. Gork's max HP right now at level 2 is 655. Sarah's is 350. So she's going to be constantly like half the amount of him. Also, it looks like she might be more expensive to level up, which is interesting. So when I'm able to level her up again, her DPS is going to go up, her speed is going to go up, and her defense is going to go up. All right, let's head in here. We're doing pretty good on exploring in general. I've just buffed up my science income because this thing's going to finish pretty soon, and ideally I want to start researching something else when it finishes. I don't know if that will actually, manifest, but as I believe I mentioned before, pretty much the heart of your operation is your crystal. On the first level, it's pretty easy. Like the crystal tends to be just on the other side of the map from the exit. But in other levels, the crystal will be kind of like in the middle of the level, so it's a little bit scarier because there's a lot more routes for the monsters to take to get to you. All right. So yeah, put those those prods there, and they are doing their job. All right, Sarah, go check out over here. My science finished. What have we got here? Got some mechanical pals. Mechanical pal, it cracks jokes, cooks meals, shines shoes, and operates modules. These mechanical pals, they're one of those ones that they start out not great, to be honest. But as time goes on, you can really start squeezing extra resources out of your rooms with them. All right, let's level up Sarah. Head up here, knock some of these guys out. So you see here, this room is dark because I couldn't power it, so it spawned enemies. Certain enemies have different behavior too. Like you'll see those little crawly guys, they came up to me up here. But that thing, it's making a beeline for the crystal essentially. And these are kind of like the tutorial-ish enemies. Like that's the enemy you were like, oh, some things don't want me dead. And if your crystal gets attacked, it will damages your dust, which is also your power to light up rooms. So you can see very quickly how that can quickly spiral out of control. You let a few stray hits hit your crystal, and suddenly it's harder to power rooms, which makes more monsters spawn, which makes it harder to defend, so on and so forth. All right, let's see what we got in here. We found the exit, which is excellent. So basically, since this thing is our power source, if we want to explore more of the dungeon, we need to take this thing to here, which is the whole kind of end of the level process, which is very scary. Here I might go with the Tesla module. As much as I love my little mechanical pals, Tesla module is very good. I also want to upgrade my industry and such, but it's not quite time yet. I think I'm going to have Gork stand here, and I'm going to build him some prods to help him out. I guess I'll power this room as well. So since Sarah is so fast, I can use her to open these rooms, and if things get a little bit sketchy, she can escape. So she found a t-shirt. What does that give? Defense of 9, lowers your speed, and increases your HP. That sounds pretty good for Gork. He's already pretty slow. So if I could just make him like just this wall of death, I'll be pretty happy. Alright, I'm gonna level up Sarah. Since she didn't get the equipment, I think it's only fair. Now she has the ability to repair modules, which is pretty nice. I don't think she's amazing at it, but it's very nice in between levels to have someone that can kind of run around and patch things up sometimes. Usually the characters I pick, it's pretty much the guy that doesn't want to leave a room that's the only one that can repair. So sometimes things will get damaged and you have to do this whole kind of mental calculation of, is it worth making him leave this room? Some characters, they can operate the major modules, the things that fit on the big plus. And when they operate it, they kind of squeeze more resources out of it, but they have to stay in that room for multiple rounds in order to be able to do that. So that's kind of where they're kind of your front line. So like for instance, you can play as the literal TF2 engineer in this game. And obviously that's kind of something he excels at, is just kind of hanging back with the automated defenses. Now you see up here, these little pluses, you can spend your food to heal your heroes if you need it. Which is a very stressful decision always. Because you always have to do this kind of mental calculation of like, is it worth it? Should I? Is it, you know. I think I'm about done with this dungeon. It looks like there's probably only one room left. So I'm not gonna build anything major at the moment. Because like, if I spend 35 industry to build the basic industry generator that generates 3 industry per turn, that's a pretty big net loss, and your resources do carry over between levels. Oh, I was wrong, there's another room. Alright, let's, I'm gonna have Sarah run all the way back to Gork. I'm gonna build also another module here. You can build while the round is going on, but it is a lot slower. Oh, this finished. Is there anything I should research here? Autodoc shards are pretty good. But also upgrading my prisoner prod is also tempting. I think I'm gonna go with the Autodoc shards. I wanna get that chain kind of started. All right, let's turn on, I guess, this room. Prevent that from causing me trouble. This is probably gonna be the last door, other than this one. Or did I open that one already? I did not. Oh, I didn't open this one, that's what it was. Nope. Gork's rocking it. Excellent. There we go, here's the dead end. Yeah, this is looking a little dicey, so I'm gonna have Sarah run back here. I'm gonna build like 2 prisoner prods in here, just to help out, because I'm gonna need to move that crystal. Excellent. So that's going to be the end of the dungeon then. Or not the dungeon, the level. Not nearly the end of the dungeon. Alright, so now we'll open this last door here. It'll always tell you when it's the last one, which is very nice. And it'll always finish off whatever research you are. Even if you just started it the previous turn, it'll always let it finish, which I really appreciate. Alright, let's level up Gork again. He's gonna get a new passive skill. Soylent Green. He gets some food. He creates food for every monster he kills. It doesn't work while the crystal's being moved, which makes sense because then you could just farm money. Alright, so I think we're in good shape here. So I'm gonna have Gork plant his feet right here. Now we need to kind of go through the scary task of moving the crystal. This is our exit. We need to kind of plug the crystal in here. So I'm gonna have Gork stand here for now. And Sarah, since she's so fast, she's gonna be the one that does it. I guess I should also check and see if there's anything I should buy from him real quick. I mean, Sarah uses a melee weapon. Prison soap, maybe. I mean, I suppose she could probably use it considering she's kind of frail. All right. I don't wanna, but I think it's a good investment. Gotta keep your heroes safe. So you can right-click on this and you can basically unplug the crystal. And then we order her to go into this room where the exit is. Now this is just gonna cause waves and waves and waves of monsters to appear. Crystal also slows down whoever has it. So once your heroes are all in the room, this will turn green, and then you can move on. So I think this yellow text denotes it's part of their story. She's like, hey, Butcher, nice name. Not name, way of life. Cute. Your last name wouldn't be Corrosor, would it? Stop talking, noisy person. Monsters to kill! Let's go! Sarah's a bounty hunter, so she might be like, maybe you're one of my targets. I actually don't know if I've ever done this story before, so I legitimately don't remember what happens. So I mentioned it last time, but you'll see that this is kind of like the hub now, where the crystal is. And there's 3 doors surrounding it, which means there's, you know, kind of like 3 wings to this place, or what have you. It's not just a straight, like, line. So pretty much I just need to slowly expand and explore until I can find an exit. So here we have a very noisy thing. It's a, I forget what these things are actually called. I don't think it's called steel. I think that might be the name of what it does. But anyway, these things are sort of temporary effects. I wouldn't want to say buffs, because some of them are nasty. So this one, it's this one has a mixed effect. So all my heroes have extra health regen in rooms without monsters, but now they have no defense. So that's unfortunate. But also, like, it kind of works out sometimes. Sometimes you're like, okay, this suits my playstyle perfectly. After a couple turns, after 5 door opens, that will disappear. Alright, let's go with the Science Creator. Open this door. Oh, I remember hating these things a lot. These things have a nasty habit of attacking all your modules and generally causing you grief. I'll go with another Science Creator, because I really want to increase my science capability. An important detail with these defense modules is they're all programmed differently. They prioritize different targets. So you'll see down there in the little text it says priority target. So prisoner prods, they just go for anti-hero monsters. Those are monsters that are just like, I want to kill your hero. But the Tesla module, it's going to prioritize monsters that are trying to damage your stuff. So sometimes, like, especially in the later game, there'll just be this huge pile of monsters that will walk into the room. And sometimes you have to have modules that are, like, specifically trying to stop certain kinds of monsters. Like, there might be one in there that's really strong against modules, or there might be one in there in particular that's really strong against heroes. So learning how to prioritize is a bit of an art, bit of a balancing act. In here, I think I'm gonna do a food replicator. I think I'm a little overdue on that. Alright, next I'm gonna explore over here, I think. I can leave this door shut for now. That room was automatically powered, which is very nice. HR manual. I feel like Gork needs an HR manual. What is this? Ensures you always work better in groups. How cute. I'll probably give it to Sarah. Actually, no, I'll give it to Gork. He's more likely to stay behind and be useful in that way. So this gives Team Spirit. Defense plus 15 if not alone in the room. And attack power plus 15 if not alone in the room. Now Gork knows how to be a team player. Alright, let's give Sarah next level up. She gets Neurostun Light. Monsters in room are slower. That's actually very nice. Next, I think I want to open this door. The reason being, sometimes you run into a problem where you spread out throughout the rest of the map, and then you have to open this door, and you have no rooms that you can really turn on, and you're like, oh no, I have a dark room right next to my main thing. I have to either give up a room or hope for the best, and sometimes it's best just to early on get in there and bite the bullet. I'm gonna use his Psycho Killer ability. Okay, good. There were enemies in here, but they got shot down pretty effectively. I think I'm gonna go with another industry generator. These major modules, they get They get more and more expensive every time you build them. So at a certain point, it gets really hard to kind of get the extra industry you need to build the next level up. Keep hoping to find a science thing, though. Come on, Gork. Oh my god, he's so slow. Come on. He's got a very, like, strutty walk, though. He's walking like he's in charge. Ah! Alright, we're gonna come back to that. Let's head down here and do some defending. Okay. These things are kind of cool. Covered in dust and dust. Activating it may bring wealth or death. So these things, you pretty much just invest some of your industry into and it gives you dust. Very handy. Alright, built some defense in this room. Gonna have her open this door and then probably run back in here. Oh, we got our exit. Surprisingly, nothing spawned in there. I'm just gonna turn the light on to dissuade. Ah! We found a new recruit for us. Jewelry, level 2. Come, together we will slake. I'm not familiar with that word. Come, together we will slake our thirst for adventure. And dust. I'll recruit them. They've got a pretty cool design. So they use a spear as a weapon. Let's see what we got here. They don't get slowed by monsters. They get on dust thirst. Interesting. So every time they kill a monster, they get extra attack damage temporarily. But whoever they're killing has less of a chance to drop dust for us. Okay, let's I guess I'll give him a level up. So now I have 3 heroes. The trouble with that is that now I have 3 hungry mouths to feed, essentially. But I'm at least happy that I have someone else that's not as slow as Gork. I think I'm gonna have Gork stand here. I'm gonna do what I can to defend him. And then these two, I'm gonna have keep progressing. I want to make sure Gork stays alive and that he's able to defend. And I want to make sure that I also don't lose all the stuff I have built back there. Alright, Gork, we're coming. Both these characters are pretty fast, so I can have them kind of hang out and help out. Okay. Move on down here. I'm so sad I haven't found a research crystal. There it is, the literal last room. Well, at least I have a chance to queue up some research. Okay, Gork? Yeah, he's okay. Okay, what are we gonna do? So, one of the choices I have here is I can level up my science creators so they produce more science per turn, or I can level up my prisoner prod from level 2 to level 4. So I can either make my prisoner prods a lot more damaging, or I can get more science as a better investment for the future. I think I'm gonna do this. I think that's gonna be the better investment for me. But hey, I can do this now. All the rooms are powered on. That's pretty cool. So I just got my new science creator, which is nice because I don't have to wait those 3 turns. So I can just have everyone head into this room, then have Sarah go and grab this. Sadly, I can't use her ability while she's holding that, because that would make her even faster. Okie doke. I know where I've seen you. You were on Kaituyel, weren't you? Kaituyel, good fun! Lots of yelling. Chainsaws! Yeah, I see. Kaituyel. This checks out my theory that I think Sarah is potentially out to kill Gork. I'm sure he deserves it though. Oh, research crystal. Fantastic. Alright, what we got here? Kip cannons are alright, viral injectors, I don't know. I've never really been into the viral injectors. They are, they prioritize special monsters, and they're pretty much just a damage over time sort of deal, which is fine. And then we have a module that adds defense to heroes, and then we have a land module which adds defense to all modules. Overall, not really amazing stuff. I think I'm going to start with the land module, because there is a lot of appeal to that, because it stacks, right? Like, as you get to these new, as you get to the bigger floors where there's bigger, scarier monsters that are able to two-shot all of your modules, building a couple of those is pretty handy and pretty good investment. All right, so now we're gonna head in here. Oh, poor Gork. Gork is not made for all this action. The most heartbreaking thing in this game, though, is when the monsters break your crystal. It's very rude when they do it. That's done. I think I should go for... Yep, no, I'm gonna do a science creator. Going wild. Since I found this crystal right at the beginning, I think investing in it as quick as I can, building up my science, I think that's going to be the winning move. I'm also a dummy, so I don't know. Alright, we got our land module. We got a pool cue. It was a simple pool cue until someone attached the sharpened triangle on it. Here you go, buddy. So he's able to wield weapons like that, so he's a little stronger now. Who should I level up next? He gets an actual ability, and Gork gets just stats. So I'm gonna level this guy up. He gets War Rider. Matador on foot, cavalry is trouble. Okay? So here he gets some speed and defense. Let's head down here and do some more research. Tactical HUD, pretty good. I'm also a fan of the Seb Blaster. I think I'm gonna go with the Tactical HUD. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for this first part. I'm gonna be playing more of this, and it's been a while. I'm a little rusty. I'm sure any of you that are watching this that have played this game before are probably screaming at me. And like, you fool, why didn't you get that module? That module means you do so much better. But this game's great. Highly recommend it, and I think at least at the time of recording this, I think it's on a very cheap sale. Thanks for hanging out, and take care.